What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Welcome to the OBF, the network. People, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel. It's down there scrolling below, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, man. Make sure you guys share the videos so we keep the movement pushing. Been out for a little minute, y'all. I got bit by a goddamn spider. So you see me still a little swole up. I'm swole. But anyway, y'all know what time it is, man. Play my theme music.
Like fuck what you heard, niggas who game with everybody. 1738. Ayy, for a nigga ever got a job, I got a gun, nigga. Only if you had whoop whoop, then you run, nigga. Running 20 seconds, screaming fuck where you from, nigga. Ayy, all hundred never ones, nigga. For a nigga ever got a job, I got a gun, nigga. Only if you had whoop whoop, then you run, nigga. Running 20 seconds, screaming fuck where you from, nigga. Ayy, all hundreds never ones, I'm a trap, nigga. I hit the plug, give me what I got it vacuums at the drugs. Bitch, ain't traffic, I'm getting bugs. Now I'm watching cars and having niggas broke. And I'm running now, I don't give a fuck now. Tell me what is what now. You can catch a slug now. You can't get them drugged out. Knowing what is what about. I just let the club now. This bitch have me bugged out. Fuck around the blood now. Fuck around in the tub now. Fuck around in the shower. I just pop the bucket up and fucking her for hours. Trying to give me a rub down, I just got the job. Yo, bitch, my niggas gon' rub down. When I be playing gun down, listen what you want now. Shoot 'em, I'm leaving them slug now. Scared of nigga don't run down. Some niggas know, yeah. Only if you ready, woo woo, then you run, nigga. Right there, 20 seconds, grab me five, cause you found out, baby. All hundreds, number one down. For a nigga, I got a job, I got a gun, nigga. Only if you ready, woo woo, then you run, nigga. Rapping 20 seconds, screaming far where you from now, baby. Ayy, all hundreds, never one down. Zoo gang, only one. Ayy, I thought I told these motherfuckers never get it. Ayy, like when you see me, I'm a bigger, let me switch it. Ayy, I had a black one and a white one and a different. Ayy, I had a Rari, niggas feeling sorry. Niggas on the gnarly, and I'm at the party. Can them niggas slug down? This ain't what they want now. Niggas they drink they drug now. So they drink my slug, yeah. I do this in my sleep, yeah. Think you better than me, no. Nigga, you need to go. Get your fucking stands up, nigga, ayy. Nigga, I got my bands up, nigga, ayy. And nigga, you need to mad up, ayy. I'm making these niggas mad up, ayy. So many niggas mad up. Alright, people. Y'all know what time it is, man. Time to get the show started. Let's go.
people, welcome to the OBF network. People, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe to the channel and donate to the channels down there strolling below, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate. Listen, make sure you guys share and hit the like button, people. Share the videos, man. It helps out a lot. Bring more people in so we can push the movement. Y'all know how we do, man. Anyway, let's get the show started, man. Listen, been out for a little minute, man. I told y'all I got bit by a goddamn spider, so I've been swole up and shit. My lips still a little swole. Man, feels a whole lot fucking better. But anyway, we you know, I haven't did, you know, at this point, you know, the notion of like police officers and shit like that. I think we do a lot of that shit. Like we did a lot of that back in the day. Did a lot of content for that. I haven't did it in a minute because I get sick of seeing the shit. Believe it or not, and I get sick of talking about it because it's just like, yo, if people ain't waking up to this shit and nobody's pushing for change, it's like, yo, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? I already know how I'm gonna react if I come into encounters with cops. You know what I mean? In different scenarios. You know what I mean? Which I truly try to stay away from. Not because I'm scared. I just stay the fuck away from police. I stay away from people I know that's gonna give me bad vibes or gonna be on some bullshit. That's just me. But anyway, so we got a cop in Seattle. He decides to pull over a bus driver. Now, mind you, people, I'm not talking about like a bus driver was in his car and he pulled the bus driver over. No, the bus driver is actually doing his job. He's at work. And the cop decides, because he getting his feelings, and like I told you, these cops think that they more superior than everybody, and they power trip. And he had a nerve to pull this bus driver over in the middle of his route of driving other people to get to where the fuck they need to get to work, grocery store, you name it. But the cop decided to do this. So let's get into it, man. We got a good show for y'all today, man. Got a couple of shows after this, man. I'm gonna do a couple of shows. I always say I am, but I'm gonna do a couple of shows today. Let's get it in.
Bus driver accused of obstruction. What did he do? Hell of a thing when you're accused of obstruction. Oh, honking at cop. Is there an ordinance? Is that on the books? Well, you watch and make up your mind how serious this is.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call my control center. Yeah, let's do it. Add a line. Let's do it. Go ahead. Call them. Call them. Excuse me. Excuse me. No. Call them. I was in motion. Okay, I understand that. Okay, can I explain? And you just ran from us. What are you talking about? I run from you. Our lights and sirens are on. I pulled over to let you pass, and you didn't pass. I was pulling you over.
Let me say this. You know how over exaggerated you have to be, and how soft of an individual that you have to be where you just make up shit. It's a bus, bro. It's a bus with people on it. And this cop decided to come up with a lie, because I told you cops lie all the time. So he decided to lie and say, you ran from us. What? Listen, before people even like judge and be like, Kenny, you're going too far with the cop. No, listen, just think about what he said. Logically, just think about what he's saying. The bus driver is en route. He's in the company's bus. with passengers. And the cop decides to get on the bus. You're going to hear what happened, but decides to accuse the man, the bus driver, fuck being a man or a woman, it doesn't even matter, the bus driver, of running from him. So he was trying to basically say the bus driver was doing a high-speed chase in a way. Think about how absurd that is. That your only logic to come up with, your only shit to come up with to make some shit up, because we're gonna talk about what happened, really, right? You ran from us. What? First of all, number one, a bus don't even go that goddamn fast for a bus to be trying to outrun a fucking police car. That's number one. Then number two, why would you assume that or think that the bus driver is running from you? Maybe he don't understand what the fuck is going on. But you're gonna hear the bus driver explanation on why he did what he did. But the cop, his only thought process was you ran from us. You tried to run. Think about listen, man. We're amongst the stupid. In America, we're amongst the stupid. People say and do stupid shit, and then they try to sit there and try to explain the stupidity of the shit that they say and do. And then act like the rest of us are tripping because we don't comprehend stupidity. Anyway, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I want y'all to hear what the brother said. Let me go back a little bit. Okay.
Since sirens are on,
I pulled over to let
And
you
then-
pass, and you didn't pass.
I was
So
pulling you
moved
over.
So I moved forward to my zone.
The people on the bus.
Basically, the bus driver was saying he seen the sirens. He was assuming that the cop wanted to get past. So he was trying to find a way to get the hell out of the way of the cop. He wasn't trying to run from you. And let me just ask y'all real quick. In my lifetime, I have never, ever in my life, my 42 years on this earth, thank you God. Listen, I have never seen a cop pull over bus drivers. Never seen it. Now, I have seen cops pull over truck drivers because they bored and ain't got shit to do. That's usually what that is. Or like hearing that very rare, they see some shit that's not, they figure it ain't safe or whatever. Or the bus driver swerving, the truck driver swerving or something because maybe he might be tired or something. Because that is like, it's a concern, it's a safety issue. But that's very rare. But I don't even get pulled over in my Amazon truck. We don't get pulled over by police. So listen, so for a fucking police officer pull a bus driver over, like what the fuck? But I'm gonna tell you why we're going to get into why he pulled the bus driver over in the first place. One of the most stupidest shit I have ever heard in my life. But anyway, let's move on.
On the bus just need to get where they're going. Okay? We got it. You're in charge of everything. And you make up the laws, the rules, as they go. And if anyone gives you lip, you threaten more. And sometimes you do it, right? Don't you look at me that way.
Listen, that's why I tell people, you get pulled over by the police, don't explain your fucking self. Now, mind you, if I'm the guy, the bus driver, I'm like, hey, man, what's up? What's the problem? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, listen, man. So what do you want to do about it? Like, I don't understand your whole point. It's not registering to me. I wouldn't have been explaining myself. I always tell y'all, never explain yourself to police officers. All they want is the interaction. This type of occupation, these people are the most sensitive ass people I have ever met in my life. Police officers are sensitive as shit. They like fucking children. They don't like your tone. You raise your voice a certain type of way, but this motherfucker can sit there and try to manipulate and play with you and disrespect you, and all in the same breath. But you have no reason to be upset at the stupidity of them and their power tripping. These cops are out of their fucking mind. Don't sit out there and explain yourself to police for what, man? You already made your mind up. Once you approach me, you already assumed some shit. But I'm not going to explain to you why to comfort your assumptions. That's on you. You the police. Investigate. I'm not gonna explain my fucking self to you. Let's move on, man. Ridiculous.
Okay. Try raising a teenager.
With millions watching and many people benefited from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Shout out
The
to
video
Dr.
was
Richie.
recently shared to TikTok by user Chad W. Mystique. This verbal exchange between a Seattle bus driver and a cop who pulled the bus over shows a heated confrontation over who was in the wrong over a traffic incident. Videos have garnered a lot of reaction online. A whole lot of you taking notes.
And the other thing that's like irritating the shit out of me about this situation is that it's people on the bus. They got shit to do. Your feelings is in the uproar and got hurt, and you're wasting these citizens' valuable time. People gotta get to work. You out here mad because you got in your feelings. Listen, this is the real reason I don't have no respect for the police. I'm telling y'all, man, I don't fuck with the police, bro. I don't wish no harm on them. I don't give a fuck what happened to them. That's just how I feel. Listen, bro, you can't, you cannot, and these are grown ass adults. This is the shit that bothers me. They grown. They're trained to de-escalate situations. Your job is not to go around harassing citizens and people that doing their job and shit like that. That's not your job, bro. That's not their fucking job. But they ain't got nothing else. But I told you, they don't fight crime. They come when the crime is over, or they create a crime to make a situation. They create a situation to create a crime. That's the type of people they are. He ain't had to fuck with this goddamn police officer, but this is where we at right now in America, bro. The fucking police got so much authority over people and shit, and nobody wants to check these motherfuckers. They just let the government just let these motherfuckers just run amok, and then they wonder why it's so many tragedies and deaths and shit amongst citizens from police. It's because of them a lot of the times. 90% of the time, it's because of them. Because they don't know how to control their own emotions and feelings. When they're trained to de-escalate situations. Anyway, but these are the same police officers when school shootings having motherfuckers in there with them AR-15s that they loved, pro guns motherfuckers, they ran. They ain't want to approach. But we supposed to call them heroes. No, y'all a bunch of cowards. But anyway, let's move on.
Taking note of this one. Before we move on, though, we should show you the rest of the interaction.
You cut me off as I'm in motion and I almost hit you. So I have the right to hold the door to let you know, hey, I'm here.
Okay.
You don't have the right to cut off a bus.
I didn't cut you off.
It's on camera.
Great.
It's on camera.
Great.
Right.
So, Paul, get your supervisor down there.
Hello, I'm waiting for
Right.
you.
And then one thing I told you, one thing about cops. I never take cops at their word. Cause they lie. Cops lie. They lie all the time. Listen, boy, y'all think Donald Trump lie. The police lie. They lie all the time to make up shit, to cover themselves. They do it all the time. Now, mind you, you heard him. He said, the bus driver said, you cut me off. He said, I was beeping my horn to let you know I'm here. That was all. The cop says, I didn't cut you off. People, the cop is a goddamn liar. I'm telling you, he's a liar. He's a liar. Listen, people, just the crazy thing about the police, right? Any citizen that may cut off somebody by mistake or they cut them off, because it happens in traffic. It happens. People don't intentionally a lot of times try to cut people off. It's just it's usually just like an accident, or they trying to get somewhere, get in the lane or get somewhere and the space is tight, or you didn't judge how far or close you were to the another vehicle. That's usually how people get cut off. It's not that. That's why I understand people when they road rage. Like, it's not always intentionally. You assuming that people are they intentionally doing this shit, right? So that's assuming, right? But people, this shit happens every day. You don't see. These are the only motherfuckers that pull people over because they got their horn beeped at them. Not that they got cut off. He pulled the bus over because of the simple fact the bus driver beat the horn at him and let him know, hey man, you cut me off, I was here. What the hell are you doing? That's the whole reason he even pulled the bus driver over. Full of people that's going to work, the grocery store, wherever they going, or trying to get the fuck home from work. He got upset because he cut somebody off and they beat the horn at him. You don't get to beep your horn at me. I'm the police. I'm the police. You don't get to pull me. You don't get to beep your horn at me. You out your fucking mind. If you are out in the wrong, police, you just like, you have a vehicle like everybody else. If you cutting people off or you swerving some shit, or somebody don't like how you cut them off, they got a right to beat their fucking horn. Who told you that was against the law? Who told you that was a reason for you to get upset and pull people over? You can't make this shit up. Let's move on.
Let him know to get another bus down here, another drive down here. You're not driving.
You gonna take me to jail?
Maybe. Right now you're obstructing.
How am I obstructing?
Because I'm stopping you
For what? What reason? What is the
for the road rage.
There wasn't one.
What do you mean?
First of all, that's not even a crime, bro. First, you went from saying he obstructing justice, and then you says, for road rage. That's not a crime, bro. That's not a fucking crime. They see what I mean? They just lie and make up shit. They create a situation because their feelings is hurt and they know they in the wrong. Instead of apologizing, listen, sir, I'm sorry. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. They supposed to de-escalate situations. They don't. And that's where the issue happens. I don't even know why when people get in court and they see these videos, the judges would be like, man, hey, man, he guilty. Or if they charge somebody else, man, throwing that shit out of court. He escalated the situation. Nobody got to kiss the police ass. Nobody disrespected them for being a police officer. They disrespect people for even just being citizens, being human beings, trying to push their authority on people. Listen, this motherfucker had a nerve to say, yeah, call your supervisor and tell him he got to bring another driver down here. For what? The dude asked, for what? Obstructing. What I obstruct? You for road rage. That's not even a crime. That's not obstructing justice. What the fuck are you talking? Hey, man. Man, listen, at that point, I said, listen, you know what, officer, sir? Listen, please stop talking to me. I'm gonna call my supervisor. You call your supervisor, man. We ain't no more of me and you interacting anymore. Forget that we can't see eye to eye. You're just blatantly lying and making up stuff. So call your supervisor. I'm gonna call mine, and you have to call your supervisor. It's my right that I can ask you to call for a supervisor. So please call your supervisor, and I'm gonna call mine, and we'll let them talk, because me and you ain't seeing eye to eye, man. See, at a certain point, you stop talking to people when they start saying the most stupidest shit out their mouth. I told you we're amongst the stupid. So sometimes you got now at this point you got to start de-escalating, because you see where the stupidity is. You see the motherfucker that's trying to escalate a situation. Talking about obstructing. Obstructing what? Road rage. What? That shit don't even make any sense, bro. Then you threatening me. You basically threatening me, tell him to bring another driver down here. For what? See, the police get away with threatening people, but as soon as you threaten them, then it's a threat. Man, please. I'd have told him straight up. I'd have told him, sir, it's cameras all around this goddamn bus. They watched the interaction, the whole situation with the cutting off, your interaction with me. I wish you would arrest me. I will sue you, and I promise you, it'd be my mission, since you want to threaten me, right, with arrest, right? It'd be my mission to make sure everybody know what type of person you is and the cop that you are, and I promise to make sure, instead of me getting money, I want you not to ever be a police officer again. That'll be my mission. Go ahead. You want to arrest me? Go ahead. Because nobody got time to be interacting with stupid people like this. The man taking his job way too serious, and then he's just not even too serious. It's not even a serious situation. But he's escalating the situation like it's like they was cussing at each other and robbing. You know how road rage really is? That's not even road rage. Somebody beat the horn at you, telling you cut me the fuck off. That's not road rage, motherfucker. What are you talking about? He don't even know the definition of road rage. Let's move on. I ain't shocked because he don't even. It seems to me he don't even know the law. Because he's just making up shit. Anyway, let's move on.
There's no road rage.
Show me a statute that says a person will be stopped for being insane. Show me the law. Where's the law? Show me the law.
All right. We'll wait for your supervisor.
Look, listen, and when the dude tells him, he say, "Hey man, that don't make no sense." Paraphrasing a little bit, that don't make no sense, man. He said, "Show me what a statute is or law that's saying, cause I beat my horn, I'm obstructing justice, and that's road rage, and road rage is actually a charge. Show me the law." You know what this coward did? He turned away. He turned away because he knew the dude knew that he was lying. He was making up shit. And then he turns away, call your supervisor. And as soon as he just said that to me, I said, well, you call yours too. You ain't more important than me. Call your supervisor. There's somebody over your head and there's somebody on my head. Let them talk. Because me and you we can't communicate. Because you tripping. For no apparent reason. And it's actually your fault. Let's move on. All you got to do is leave the situation alone, or when you pull me over, whatever, just to apologize. You didn't even want to do that. Maybe it's a maybe we miscommunicating. It could have been that. Nobody was trying to run from you, man. It's a fucking bus. Let's move on, man. This cop, you fat piece of shit. Lucky I'm not his boss. His ass would not ever be on the street. He'd be working at a desk till he get his shit together. We need to put him in some counseling. I need to see you in counseling every week. We may have to go ahead and retrain you for how to de-escalate situations, nigga. You ain't coming back on the street acting like this. You can't be treating citizens like this, man, on some bullshit, and then lie. On top of it, lie. That's why I ought to sit his ass down. No one, he lied. But anyway, let's move on.
Get down here. We'll wait for your supervisor. Let's go. You're refusing to give us your ID.
Yeah, I'm refusing to give my driver's license.
Okay, that's fine. We'll wait. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I would refuse to give you my ID too. Because you ain't had no reason to pull me over. And I'd have told him, listen, okay, sir, so because I'm de-escalating, you don't want to, right? So, okay, fine. I'll give you my ID. But once I give you my ID, do not be surprised that I sue your ass. For violating my rights and making up lies. I'll give you my ID. I'm going to sue your ass. Remember that. And remember that it's going to be my mission to make sure you do not work as a police officer. I don't even want you as a security guard because of the way how you're acting. What type of person acts like this? You don't even know how to de-escalate a situation. You're trying to escalate it over nonsense. Because you in your feelings. Because you was in the wrong. Okay, you want my ID? Remember when I give you this, you understand it, right? Okay, because you got your body cam recorded. The bus is recorded. Remember, I'm telling you this. Okay, here you go. And after that, there's nothing else to talk about. Nothing else. This guy, all I want to hear from this guy is to let me know if he gonna give me a ticket or whatever he saying he going to do, arrest me for obstructing and roll rage, which is not a fucking charge. But anyway, it's not even a crime. The fuck you going? How you going to obstruct something over road rage, and road rage is not even a charge? It's not even in the law books, nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Let's move on.
You had no right, no reason.
I never said I was arrested for obstruction.
It's all on camera.
Then he says, the guy says, the bus driver says, you gonna threaten to try to arrest me? And then the police officer, Mike, he just said that I may arrest you for obstructing. So you did threaten him. He said, I didn't threaten you with no arrest. Now the passenger's laughing at him like, what the fuck? You just said that. I told you they liars. I told you the police officers are liars. Listen, people, it is very rare that you run into good police. Very rare. It's like 0.00000.1. It's very rare. It's not even 1%. It's a 0.5%. Like I'm being dead honest about this. This is just ridiculous. He's upset because the bus driver beat this on at him because he cut the bus off. Then he just started making up shit. Oh, you basically made us chase you. You ran from us. In a bus, nigga? With passengers on it? Can't make this shit up.
I might take you to jail for obstruction.
Right.
I was about to get mad at the people on the bus because they were a little too quiet, but perhaps they were keeping mum so that we can make sure the video that's being recorded.
I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people when they see this video, they got upset with a lot of the passengers. They was like, why the passengers ain't speak up and say something to this ignorant motherfucker? You don't know what people's political outlooks is. It probably been a lot of pro police on them buses, right? That's number one. Then number two, you don't know these people might be coming home from work. It's been a hard motherfucking day. They don't want to get into that shit. And normally people mind their fucking business. So I ain't upset at the people on the bus. Cause like I said, long as he ain't physically harming the bus driver, I probably wouldn't say nothing either. I'll record his ass though. I'll record the confrontation, the interaction. Long as the cop ain't beating on him and all that shit, I'm cool. Then I might step up and say something. I'm gonna step up. But they going back and forth, and ain't no reason for me to get in that. They grown. But I get some people saying, I can understand that point of view of saying, some of the people should have said, hey man, you out of line, man. You out of line. But I'm gonna tell you what the police would have did. He would have started telling them that they're obstructing his stop by even speaking. See, that's the shit that they do. So a lot of the times, people don't even want to say nothing. Listen, them probably saying something would have probably made him escalate that situation even more. Think about it. You know how the police is, how sensitive these motherfucking cowards are. They can't take criticism. They can't even admit when they wrong. So why would you think that they will be open to hearing passengers, other citizens, questioning their behavior, speaking up? That would have probably infuriated him. It probably would have made him even more mad. Got him even more in his feelings. You see, he was feeling himself. Let's move on.
It's being recorded is quite clear because at the end you heard them laughing. They're laughing at you, officer. And not just because I picture on the front of your uniform, there's like those powder stains, donuts and the like. I can just tell by his attitude. You're sloppy. I know sloppy when I see it. It's not just physical, it's an attitude, a sloppy, nasty attitude. And they got you, baby. They got you. It's all on camera.
And let me just say this. And I said this shit a while ago about occupations, people in different occupations. Because you go to school for something and you get a degree in it, doesn't mean that you're good at your job. That doesn't mean that you're fully, it doesn't mean that you're mentally qualified for a job. The piece of paper say one thing, but that doesn't mean that you're mentally qualified for it. Sometimes it doesn't mean that you can physically do the job. It's just that you got a degree in it. It said that you can do the job. People think it's all easy. So easy. I was having this conversation with a customer. We just was rapping and shit. I was just in the neighborhood. I had like a lot of packages in that little. It's like a little loop, and I had packages going everywhere. And he was just talking to me and shit. And he was saying, "Yeah, people be thinking y'all job is easy. So, you know, when y'all make mistakes and stuff, we like, they all they had to do was simply do this." He said, "But, you know, I got the older gentleman. He was, you know, one of the elders, white older guy. And he was like, I got a grandson that said that what y'all do ain't easy. Because he was doing it. And he quit. Because it was too hard for him. Shit can seem easy from afar, bro. But that doesn't mean that it's easy. And you can go through training and all that shit. And until you actually get out there and do that job on a consistent basis, and you got to follow the rules of the job too as well, shit that you can and can't do, it's a mental thing too, even though some of it, 80% of it is physical. Double 40 is mental. You got to be disciplined. I remember my manager and shit, he says to me, he says, I didn't give you routes in the beginning because it seemed like you was on purpose coming back late. Right? Like, I was fucking up on purpose. Well, I wasn't getting it. Right? I said, no, I just had to get used to it. I had to figure out, I got OCD and shit, right? So when shit ain't going my way, sometimes I can, my mind can, like, I can get angry and I can flip out and I can get real frustrated, right? So I have to manage that, right? Plus, at the same time, try to keep up with the quota and the job and shit like that. So it took me a minute to kind of find out a way how I can do it. But at the same time, still keep the quota. And follow the rules at the same time. It takes a minute. No job is easy, bro. Listen, everybody ain't built to do everything. That's why I always tell people, you have to, listen, if you have the opportunity, please find something that you love to do. If you're going to work an occupation, find something that you love to do. Because if you don't find something that you love to do, it'll fuck with your mental. And then it fucks with your physical. It make you don't want to do shit. It makes people around you seem like you being lazy or you complaining. It's just that, you're not liking what you're doing. It's a mental thing. And I'm telling you, my whole point with this is about the police. Listen, I don't believe they're qualified to do the job mentally. Honestly. I don't give a fuck how much physical they on steroids. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. How many times they go to the gym. I don't care. I don't care how much training they got. They ain't mentally got it. They ain't mentally qualified for their job. They're not. A lot of them are not. You gotta understand, like, yo, you act like I don't run into rude ass people that's being difficult and shit like that when I'm on my route. Yeah, they do. You just let that shit go. You apologize, even if you ain't in the wrong. You ain't got time to sit there and be arguing with them. You got shit to do. That's why I look at it. I got shit to do. Okay, I apologize, ma'am. I apologize, sir. Apologize. Honest mistake. And sometimes it might be you that made the mistake. So you gotta apologize. Move the fuck on. Why escalate a situation when you don't have to do that? Let's move on, man. Police officers, they got, listen, their job is not the most dangerous job in the world. A construction worker. You just seen it on the Baltimore Bridge. Their job is dangerous. More dangerous than a fucking police officer. These are facts. It's more construction workers die doing their job than police do. But let's move on.
In the videos, the officer states, for Atlanta Black Star, he was trying to pull the bus driver over, while the driver alleges he was trying to pull over because he thought that the emergency vehicles behind him were attempting to pass the bus. You just ran from us. Our lights and sirens are on, the cop said. I pulled over to let you pass and you didn't pass. So I moved forward to my zone, the driver explained. I was pulling you over. Cop retorted. You heard him talk about road rage too? Come on, you sloppy
To
brother.
mind you gotta think about the mental of that. Like, yo, you ain't thinking he pulling you over. You a bus driver. The fuck he pulling you over for? People, I know, listen, I knew cops that didn't, even if a bus go past the speed limit, they don't pull buses over. Nigga, it doesn't happen. This shit does not happen. This situation does not happen. This ain't even a rare situation. This shit don't happen. I know police officers that simply told me they don't pull buses they don't pull over delivery drivers. They don't do none of that shit. If you going past the speed limit, they don't pull people over, man. Listen, you can be in a, like, you know how to be there, tow your car, give you a ticket and shit when if you're a delivery driver and you park somewhere where they say no parking, they don't fuck with you. That's very, very, very rare that they give you a ticket. That mean they on one that day. They don't fuck with you, bro. You can basically park wherever the fuck you want to park. It's like a common courtesy. Because you know how difficult it is to find a parking spot. Come on, bro. Like, yo, that's why I said he was power tripping. That shit don't happen. They don't pull buses over, bro. This some new shit.
You sloppy. Driver is heard accusing the officer of cutting him off and saying he almost hit him. So he honked his horn. Is that road rage? The cop reiterates that he didn't cut him off, but the driver says it's on camera. It's not just going to be your body cam that you turned on.
Mind you, this is why I told you they're liars. You on body. Buses got cameras. You know how many motherfucking people that committed crimes around buses and got convicted because of the cameras? You stupid son of a bitch. And then you sit there and lie and say, I didn't cut you over. He said, it's on camera. He said, think about it. I'm the bus driver. Why would I'm the bus driver beat my horn at you for no apparent reason? That's why I told people, I don't even see how people get into road rage. Like, had them incidents, that had them situations that escalate to some shit that go left. Listen, because, yo, like I said, number one, you don't know if somebody intentionally tried to do something, right? Especially in them type, or cut you off or something like that, right? Then number two, listen, somebody in the wrong. Somebody. So it ain't no real adult in the room that's going to be like, hey, you know what? My bad. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't that serious. People getting out their cars and screaming and yelling at motherfuckers. You can yell at me from in your car, but when a motherfucker get out their car and approach people, you gone too far. You can yell and scream at me, and we can argue back and forwards. My bad or not my bad, and we just don't think we did nothing wrong. But soon you get out the car, you didn't cross the line. Fuck if I was in the wrong of cutting you off or not. Because you don't know I intentionally tried to do that. So for him to say, talking about this is road rage, no, actually you made it road rage because you actually got out the fucking car and pulled over a fucking bus and approached the bus driver. You made it a road rage situation if you want to be very honest about it. You the one got the road rage, motherfucker. Not because he beeped the horn at you. Everybody get the horn beeped at. If you at a light for too long, the light turned green and you sat there a little bit and nobody paying attention to the light, motherfucker beep, they horn, beep, beep, beep. You like, oh shit, ooh, oh green. Is that road rage, motherfucker? Let's move on, man.
Cam that you turned on, indicating that the incident was caught on the bus's dash cam video. All buses have that. The cop then demands the driver call a supervisor or another bus or driver to the scene and tells the driver that he could be arrested for obstructing and road rage. Why don't you call your supervisor? How about that? You don't know the protocols in my company. You call supervisor. How am I obstructing, the driver question? Because I'm struck.
You know what? Because you know what?
You. Huh?
My bad.
Okay.
You know what? Because I don't work for you. That's number one. I don't work for you, man. So I ain't got to call no supervisor. Because you telling me to. I'm calling my supervisor because I want to call my supervisor to handle this situation because me and you can't handle it. And call your motherfucking supervisor as well because you can't handle it. So one of us, it seems like both of us can't handle this situation. So we need some people that's over top of us to handle this because you can't do your job the correct way. We can't communicate the correct way of you doing your job and me doing mine. So we, all over because I beat my horn at you. Come on, man. We got to do better here in America, man. People lost their goddamn mind, man. People lost their mind. And this is why I say that people like Trump are and I go back to this is why I say people like Trump and Trump supporters are dangerous to the country. Because if we can't deal with these little simple interactions, so when we talking about some major shit, some shit that actually really affect everybody, and we're acting like this, like, you don't need these people to be in no type of power. This cop shouldn't be in power. He shouldn't be even a security guard.
Again, that's not on the books. You're just making it up, Sloppy. For what? What reason? The driver asked. For the road rage, Sloppy responded. After the driver refuses to give the cop his ID, the officer says they will wait for either backup or the driver's supervisor to arrive, then apologize to the passengers for the delay. Again, they laughed. They giggled at him. They saw it. We all see it. Okay? Just like that commercial. We all see it. The user posted
And
the
then he say he apologized to the passengers. Why you apologizing to them if you ain't do nothing wrong? That's number one. I'm not apologizing to the passengers. I pulled him over for a real reason. If I really truly think I pulled you over for a real reason, I'm not apologizing to them. For what? He should be apologizing, the bus driver, right? No. He apologizing because he knows this shit is stupid. He knows he's the one holding them up. So he basically kind of tells on himself by even apologizing. Because I'm not apologizing if I'm doing my job. Anyway, let's move on. We're amongst the stupid.
Videos wrote she was one of 24 passengers on the bus and said the driver was completely in the right and the officer had his ego bruised. Thank you. I could have just read that part. Most people flocked to the comments to question why none of the passengers spoke out against the officer for wasting time, not trying to de-escalate and resolve the situation in a timely fashion. Why didn't the people on the bus confirm what the driver was saying to the officer? One commenter asked it. People need to learn to speak up. It's insane this cop felt comfortable enough to do this with 20 plus people on the bus as witnesses, further wasting their time. Another person commented, we need to hold them accountable.
Honestly, it shouldn't shock anybody that he didn't give a fuck. Only reason he probably even apologized to the passengers is because he knew he was in the wrong. He knew how he was looking. Sometimes silence can tell everything. That's why I tell people, arguing with the police, you let them feel whatever. Sir, you think whatever you want to think. I can't make you not feel the way you feel. You tripping. It ain't nothing I'm not gonna kiss your ass either because I have no reason to apologize to you. If you're not confident in who you are, then that has nothing to do with me. That's a self thing. That's on you. And like I said, listen, I don't blame the passengers for not speaking up. I get the other part of it that people like they should have spoke up and said something, but I'm not mad at them. For what? What am I gonna be mad at them for? Oh, they should have spoke up. For what? Why, listen, why would you sit there and argue with a corrupt cop? Because that's basically what he is, a corrupt ass cop. You're wasting your breath and time. And like I said, it nothing physically happened. It just was a verbal altercation. But at this point, I'm not arguing with the fucking police. For what? I'm not jumping into that shit. For what? This motherfucker is he's totally out of control. Not physically, but he's out of fucking control. Now, on the other hand, I get what they saying. Listen, if people did step up, I would have said, hey, sir, you in the wrong. Officer, you in the wrong. I need to see a supervisor because you wasting my time now at this point. I need to see your supervisor. I want to file a complaint. And I need your badge, your name and your badge number. Because I'm going to file a complaint against you. Because you're totally out of control, sir. If they was going to speak up. But they didn't have to. It don't physically happen, you know. I get why people probably tired. They come from work. They try to get to work. Like, people don't want to deal with that bullshit from this stupid. And this is what I be saying about the police. They waste people time. They waste taxpayer money all the time. All the time. Financially, they waste taxpayer money and time. When they going on their little temper tantrum and power tripping, they be wasting people time. And I told you, a part of it is because it's an ego thing. And at the same time, they know how to de-escalate a situation. They choose not to because they power tripping. They intentionally be power tripping. They want to let motherfuckers know, I'm the authority over you. You ain't no authority over me. I respect your occupation, but you ain't no authority over me. You can't be the authority over me and abuse your authority, but at the same time be somebody that's supposed to be protecting and serving me. That doesn't make no fucking sense. But anyway, let's move on.
Hold them accountable for the power trips. One TikTok user wrote, now look, I think there's more to come and they're going to be held accountable here. The part where one of the commenters says, you know, it's insane that the cop felt comfortable doing this in front of all those people. I don't think it's insane at all. I think it's the right passage. It's what they do every single day because they know they're going to be able to get away with it.
And thank you. And thank you for saying that, my sister. That's why it didn't shock me with the situation. It just let me know that what I say, not what I think, what I say and I know about police is true. I ain't over exaggerating the situation. The police does what they do, and I have been saying this for a long time. They do what they do because there's no consequences. It's like if it's a criminal will go around and continue to do criminal shit if there's no consequences. Because there's nobody there to check them. To let them know, like, hey, man, that shit wrong. It's like your child. If you one of them soft-ass parents that don't check your child and just let your child say certain shit and do certain shit, and you just be like, hey, they just kids, you know, that's how kids are. You doing it. Number one, you're doing a disservice to those children. Number one, you're doing a disservice to other children and other adults. Because your child is going to grow up to be a disrespectful ass an adult. Because that's how you raise them. But if you don't fucking check your child going to think anything that they doing, even the bad shit, they even probably know a little bit that's wrong. And it ain't that wrong. My parents don't be saying nothing, man. Who the fuck is another adult to say that's wrong? My parent ain't say shit to me about it, so I was wrong. You have to check shit. You cannot allow the police officers to just roll around and just act this way and there's no consequences. They got a stressful job. We all got stressful fucking jobs. Life is stressful. What the fuck do that mean? That mean that I can conduct myself any type of way? Because my life and my job is stressful, so I get to disrespect other people or abuse my power. What? I'll tell you this, and we're going to move on. As a black man in America, my life is more in danger than a police officer. And being black ain't an occupation. Me just existing in America I'm in danger. I'm more in danger than a fucking police officer. But anyway, let's move on.
It's called an imbalance of power. It's a power trip, Senator. What say you?
Yeah, absolute power corrupts. Absolutely, Sharon.
Wow.
That's what we
There it
saw
is.
on display. And I don't agree with one commenter about why the people on the bus didn't speak up. I think they did exactly what they should. Let's gather some information. Let that police officer keep talking, because he didn't talk himself into a corner, and it would have done anything.
And that's what and she right about that. But the other part, shout out to Nina Turner. Boy, how fine ass. That's a fine ass black sister. God damn. Woo. And listen, one thing, she's intelligent as a motherfucker. But another thing, she fine. But anyway. She a black sister. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But anyway, people. Listen, I can have my fantasy, people. I'm married. I get it. I can have my little fantasies. God damn. But anyway. Another thing with that is that this is why I tell people, don't argue with police. Let them make assholes of themselves. Don't sit there and listen, they are intentionally trying to put your life in danger. They escalate situations to put your life in danger. I know this, so I don't give them the benefit of the doubt of sitting there arguing with them. Like, I'm not doing that shit. Like, argue for you for what? Sir, what? What you talking about? Huh? So let me understand what you're saying. You said, sir, that don't make no sense. Okay, well, all right, you think it makes sense? Well, go ahead and do it. Especially if I got you recorded. Remember that you're saying this. Stand on that. Keep that same energy when this lawsuit come. I'm not sitting here arguing with you, sir. Go ahead. You gonna write a ticket? What you gonna do? Go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm not arguing with you, man. You power tripping, so I'm not tripping off of you. You making up stuff. Like, don't argue with police. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time. But like I always tell y'all, it should be your mission. When these police officers do shit like this, and when you go to sue them, listen, I know sometimes it's about the money, but make sure. I ain't settling. I want him fired. I never want him to work in this city as a police officer ever. That's my settlement. That's a part of my settlement. I might be asking for this amount of money. You can give me half of that. And then the other half is he never works as a police officer ever. He find another occupation. I can't trust him on the streets. I got kids. What if he pull my kid over? I got god kids. I got nieces and nephews. I got other family members. He's a danger to my family. Understand what y'all be settling for. It ain't always about the money. It's to get these corrupt ass cops off of the streets so they won't do it to nobody else. That should be your mission when you sue their ass. Let's move on.
Anything any good for those passengers than to start yelling at this officer. Let him say what he says, because now they can use what he said to retort what happened compared to what the officer is alleging. Now, unless this bus driver was driving recklessly, who gets into it with a bus driver? I'm just trying to see, what kind of mentality does one have to get into it with a bus driver? Again, Seattle
Police. The police. People, it's very rare that when citizens get into it with bus drivers, it's usually because of the citizens are in the wrong. Honestly. It's a very high percentage of it. They usually in the wrong. Nobody, who the fuck gets into it with a bus driver, bro? It does. Listen, That's not even a rare thing. That shit does not happen. That's why this story is crazy. This is where the point that where if I'm a legislator, I'm a Congress or somebody that's in the state or whatever. Listen, regardless of what, if I'm pro police or not, we can't have that. At this point, nah, bro, you tripping. We got put some consequences down for this bullshit. We can't have this shit. And then think about all the money that these police officers cause payouts, all the money they lose, where some of this money could be going back to the states, or where like they could be fixing the bridges, your infrastructure. A lot of this money could go to helping the needy, helping the people that are poor, helping the schools. A lot of this money that they gotta cash out because of these stupid ass cops. You could be giving this shit to the schools, getting better books. You could get some of this money that they be losing for the state. Taxpayer money. You could get a fucking teacher's raises off of this shit. Come on, man. Let me tell y'all the number one people in the world, in America, that gets sued more than anybody is the police. That should let you know something. Not companies. Not anything of occupations. Police. They get sued more than anybody. These are facts. I looked this shit up. The cops get sued more than companies. It's a problem. Shit, if a company keep getting sued, they'll be like, they'll sit down with the other partners, or they sit down with people. How the fuck? Why is this shit keep it? Maybe we got to change some policies. Make sure this shit don't happen. Safety measures, whatever it may be. They start to try to figure out why the fuck we keep getting sued like this. Not the police. Not the government. Not the state. Because I tell you, if I'm the motherfucker, listen, if I'm a state senator or House representative or Congress senator, whatever, House representative, or I'm the mayor or the governor, nigga, hey, we got to get a law in here. Y'all got to cut this. Y'all costing us money. Shit, we could give y'all some raises if y'all stop out here fucking around. Anyway, let's move on, man. I tell you, man, this shit is ridiculous.
Seattle police, just as I said about the New York police chief, too much time on your hands. That would be just like getting into an argument with a firefighter. That just doesn't happen. Everybody's happy to see the fire. Well, first of all, you don't want the firefighter to come, but you happy to know that if you dial 911 and you need them, that help is on the way. The bus drivers performing a community service. They're helping the environment because people are commuting on a bus. What is there to be mad at with the bus driver? Ego bruise, just like that.
And a lot of that shit comes from, and I say this about, when you see a lot of these disturbed ass police officers, the reason they act, part of why the reason they act the way they act is because they home life ain't shit. They home life ain't shit. And a lot of times they just bored. They're bored as a motherfucker. They ain't got nothing else better to do. Listen. Police officers don't have a hard job. I keep trying to tell people that. They don't do shit. If you ever see police officers, a lot of time they just cruising around. They ain't doing shit. Even when they're in, crime-rated neighborhoods. They're not really doing shit. They're waiting for a crime to happen. You need to understand that type of shit. They're not even preventing crime. And when they do try to prevent crime, they wind up committing a crime. Or they wind up discriminating against people. They don't stop crime, bro. Not like how they supposed to. But that shit is just weird. It's weird, man. I don't give police the benefit of the doubt. I stopped giving police the benefit of the doubt probably when I was about 10. No, I ain't gonna say that. About 15. When I was 15 years old, I stopped giving police officers the benefit of the doubt. And even though I was doing some criminal shit, but I started to see that these motherfuckers was doing more criminal shit than we was doing. Or just as much. These are facts. It ain't just an opinion. This is facts. And then as I got older and older, I started to notice the police don't really do shit. Their life ain't really in danger. Nobody, police officers, they if they do get a police officer died in New York, right? Do killed them or whatever, right? And I'm gonna get into that story. I'm gonna do a story on that next. Listen, the police officers usually die from like hit and runs and shit. Well, not hit and runs like in traffic. That's usually how they die. More than they get killed by a criminal. That shit doesn't happen like that. They be trying to pretend that they, their life is always in danger. No, it's not. Listen, half of the time people respect the police, right? You got parts of people that respect the police, right? And then you got the other half of people that are afraid of the police, regardless if they are criminals or not, right? So 25% maybe say criminals, right? They're afraid of the police because they don't want to get caught and go to jail, right? So they avoid the police. Regular citizens, I'm in this 25%. I don't respect the police. I don't fear the police, but I try to stay the fuck away from them. So I'm in that category. And then you got double 50 that just respect police. Police ain't in danger like that. This ain't no epidemic. It's not like what they do where they kill unarmed black people, men, women, and children. It's not that. It's no epidemic. A life is a life. I get that, but they don't cherish life. So when a New York police officer died and shit like that, the honest opinion, it might sound cruel, but honestly, a lot of us like, okay, only people who care is his family and maybe the police and the politicians. Some of them pretend that they care. The average citizen person don't give a fuck about the police, bro. We don't trust the police. That's not even just a black thing anymore. We don't give a fuck what happened to them. So when people was like, oh, it's a life. Did you care about the lives that they take? You don't care about that shit. But they probably deserved it. When the police do some shit, the person that is the victim or somebody that they killed, they probably deserve it. But when it happened to the cop, nobody asking like, why did the motherfucker think to kill a cop? Maybe the cop deserved it. For all the fuck we know. I know that sound cruel, but you gotta keep the same energy. And I see that they don't keep the same energy when it comes to police. So why the fuck I care? Do I wish harm on any police officer? Do I feel bad for his family? Do I think that the cop deserved to get killed? No. But do I give a fuck? No. I ain't a part of a movement that actually don't care about others, right? In that way of how they feel. I don't care about people that don't care about me. That's how I feel. But if I put myself in a position where I have to care about everybody, then that is different. Regardless if I agree with you or not. The cops, regardless, even if it's a criminal, you're not the judge. You're not the executioner. You're not the jury. Who the fuck are you? You're actually lower on the totem pole when it compares to everything when it comes to a criminal. You may have authority over the criminal, but you're like second. Then it's the judge. I mean, you got the DA, then it's the judge, then it's the jury. But they try to make it seem like they're above the law. And that's the issue. And so when people be sitting there, be like, Kenny, you being harsh on police officers, you wish harm on. No, I don't. I just don't give a fuck what happens to them. You can be family or foe. I don't give a fuck. Because like I said, when you see injustice shit like that, I need to see police officers coming out speaking against the shit. It's like niggas, like when niggas be in the hood talking about how crime is in the neighborhood. You don't speak up about the crime happening. You keep your mouth shut, but you bitch and complaining about it. Please stop. Stop talking to me. I don't want to hear that shit. Listen, I can't complain about something and continue to keep doing it. And if I see some injustice shit going on, some criminal shit going on amongst me, and I don't say nothing about it, why the fuck am I even talking about it? So that goes with the police officers. Don't tell me that wasn't right what the police officer did. That's not all of us. It's a bad apple. But you rarely speak up. And this shit happens more than we just seeing. Or we know of. This shit happens a lot. And you don't say nothing. And you witness it and you don't say nothing. So please be quiet. I don't want to hear that shit. That's why I said there ain't no such thing as bad apples. The system is corrupt. The system is fucked. All police officers are bad. Because the system is fucked up. They're not getting held accountable for their behavior. And then you wonder why they do what they do. If I could, listen, as a human being, if I can just break laws and do fuck shit and there's no consequences for it, nigga, I'll be out here committing all types of crimes and wouldn't give a fuck. I'll be just like the police. You know partly why I didn't want to be a criminal no more? Doing criminal shit, doing criminal, doing criminal behavior. You know why? Because there was consequences behind that shit. When I found out about it. I can say when I found out about it, when it finally hit me. Because I knew about it, but ain't no consequences happened, and I was getting away with it. But then the consequences happened. Oh, going to jail? I gotta be in here with this shit? Oh, nah, nigga. Nah. This ain't worth it. Fuck this. See, it's consequences. So as a criminal, a former criminal dude that used to commit crimes, in the beginning, you know about it. You understand it. It comes with the game. But until you go through it, and you start getting into it, and you start going through the consequences, you don't really get it. And everybody have a certain level of what they can accept, what they can deal with. When I went to jail, I was like, oh no. Number one, nigga, I'm too pretty to go to jail. Honestly, too pretty, nigga. I can't go to jail, nigga. I can say I couldn't go to jail. I can't be in jail like that. Not for not for that. Listen, and then when I got there, nah. The niggas that you thought was real on the street, they get in jail. A lot of them niggas is homosexuals, right? A lot of them homosexuals and a lot of them bitch niggas. Really, because them jails is different. Them jails will let you know how tough a motherfucker really is. See, the streets is different. Everybody can walk around and pretend that they're tough. Get in jail. That's when motherfuckers you really see the realness or how real a motherfucker is. You'll see a real motherfucker's character. Like I seen niggas that was good dudes on the street, right? Solid dudes, like just good dudes, get to jail and act like bullies. Because jail changes you. It turns you into shit that you don't want to be. And then jail will point out, point out motherfuckers that ain't really like that. They one thing on the street, they might be bullies and gangster niggas supposed to be real street gangster niggas on the street, but they get to jail, they ain't nothing but bitches. They don't like gay shit. But then they get to jail, and then they all with the homosexual shit. Because they ain't getting no pussy. Shit, nigga, I can beat my dick off for a minute, man. Don't mean I'm trying to, a couple of years beat my dick off. At least I'm getting the nut off. I ain't got to go fuck no other dude. I'm in here for 10 years, I'm beating my dick for 10 years. Shit, I ain't even mad at some of them dudes that be fucking them correctional officers, females. I ain't mad at that shit. You can get that. But if you can't, nigga, beat your shit. You ain't got to be out there trying to rape no nigga or get a fuck another nigga. Come on, bruh. Niggas be wildin'. I told you. Listen, I done seen it all. These motherfuckers, a lot of these niggas ain't really like that. They get to jail and that shit different. Listen, people, I ain't sitting there like I'm a tough dude, thorough dude. I was a thorough nigga street. Nigga, I got a jet. Nah, nigga, that made me not want to go to jet. That made me stop hustling. No. Nah, hey, I got to turn into this shit. One thing I'm on the street, I'm this way. Then I get here and these motherfuckers is this different. No. Mm-mm. Like I said, I'm too pretty to be in jail. I can't be fucking around, nigga. I'm too pretty, man. Fucking around in no jails, man. That is not the spot. That ain't nothing to brag about. I don't even know why niggas be even bragging about jail. Ain't nothing to be. That shit is modern day slavery. I tell people that shit all the time. The fuck out of here. But long as these cops, the better my point, as long as these cops can get away with what they do, they will continue to do what they do. It's no consequences. That's why I tell people, if it ain't no consequence for it, don't argue with these motherfuckers. For what? Shoot them bitches. Go to the next level of what you can do to hurt them. I swear to God to you, if motherfucking cop do some fuck shit to me, listen, I'm telling you. I'll be at his house protesting all the time. He's corrupt. He beat black people. Like, whatever it is. He will violate your rights. That's what he does. I'll be showing evidence of that shit. I will make his life fucked up. Like, the law. Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Just like that one commenter said, that's all this came down to is his little itty bitty tiny event.
And that's why I mentioned that he probably has powder on the front of his suit from donuts and too many carbs. It's the way my mind works. You act this way when you overload on carbs. And you just want to be nasty. You just want to be nasty. That's what was going on here. I would sit you down real quick if I was in charge of the police department. I would sit you down because you don't have the temperament. You should be out here making people feel better about our city. Notice I didn't say you should be out here chasing the criminals. If you come across them, go ahead. You should be out here making people feel better about our city. instead of, don't apologize to me either. Now that I probably would have to say, well, I try not to flip people off. I haven't done that in years, but he could have then turned on them. So it is what it is.
Well, I think that officer, I know we got to go break, Sharon, but I think the officer does owe the bus driver an apology.
Yes, he does.
There was no reason to go to that extreme. I mean, we've all been in situations on the road where somebody has done something that kind
Well,
of...
listen, listen, everything they said, I have been saying. I've been saying it. Listen, at a certain point, where do your humanity kicks in at? So your whole intentions is to do this to people, to intimidate citizens, to intimidate people, because you got the authority to do this shit, and you can get away with it. That's the only reason. Listen, that's the only reason anybody do a lot of shit to hurt others, right? Not all the time when you hurt people, you doing it because you can, right? Because some shit could be just revenge, right? For doing something to me or somebody I know. That's different. But on the other hand, a lot of people do shit to other people because they can. They feel empowered to do it. And when that happens, then you lost your humanity. You're not somebody. It's like a bully. You're nobody. You regardless of how insecure you are as a person, you're not a good person. You're not a decent human being. You can sit there and pretend. It's a lot of people pretend a lot of shit that they're good human beings, but they're actually really not. I'm gonna say this once again, and we're gonna lead this, and then I'm getting to the next story. Listen, make sure y'all come back. I'm gonna go live right after this with another story. Listen, at a certain point, as a grown-ass adult that know better, right? That I know better, it is certain things and it's ways of how you treat others. I had to figure that out. I figured that out, and I know that. I'm 42 fucking years old. I'm not saying I just figured it out in 42. I figured it out probably maybe about a decade ago, right? Probably when I was like in my early 30s or some shit like that. But I figured it out. You can't keep asking people to treat you with the type of respect that you're asking for if you're not doing the same. See, I don't care if you not right away show me respect. I'm going to do it first. So at a certain point, at a while, you ain't going to have no choice but to give me my respect because I'm giving you yours. See how that works? People need to start understanding that. And until people start understanding that and stop getting on this power trip, you get older people. Oh, I'm older. I'm an elder. You got to respect me. No, I don't. I don't have to respect you if you're a horrible human being and you mistreat me. I don't have to respect you. I don't have to rock with you. I don't have to listen to you. See, people have this thing because they're older or they in some type of power position that they're better than you. You're not. You're a human being just like I am. Only reason I respect your authority or your hierarchy if you are a respectful person in that position. If you're not, then fuck you. I don't give a fuck what position you in. Ain't nobody better than me. I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be poorer than me. You ain't no better than me, and I ain't no better than you. You can be richer than me. I ain't no better than you. You ain't no better than me. Because at the end of the day, you know the one thing all of us got in common, regardless of all the difference personalities or the difference of policies or whatever we all got as people, right? Or race. You know what we all got in common? Well, two things. We all was born through a woman's womb. And number two is that we all die one day. We just don't know our due date. Your own doctor don't even know what day you're gonna die. He can predict, like you got some type of disease, he can predict you're gonna die. You got a couple of months, maybe a year, maybe a month, a couple of weeks. But he don't know what day. He don't know what time. But that's what we all got in common. So that's why we should respect each other. Or give each other respect first before the other person may give it to you. Listen, I respect people I don't like. Well, I'll be respectful. I'll put it that way. I'll be respectful. And one of the ways I'll be respectful is to stay away from you. Cause I know me. And I don't wanna have that in there. I don't wanna be disrespectful. Cause I know me. And I know if you don't like me, I don't want you disrespecting me. Cause you don't like me. Sometimes you don't like people, just stay the fuck away from them. I don't interact with people I don't like. People think I'm antisocial and shit. No, a lot of times, y'all, I don't talk to people because I ain't got nothing good to say. I don't really like you a lot of the times. That ain't that I'm that antisocial like that. I just don't really like you. And I'd rather be. It's a respect level on my behalf to stay the fuck away from you and don't say nothing to you. Everybody ain't everybody cup of tea, but at the end of the day, we all human beings and we all deserve respect. And my way of showing respect, sometimes I just don't. I don't want to say nothing to you. I don't want to interact with you. That's how that goes. And people need to understand that. Oh shit! Hold on, people. God damn it! I think my hold on. I think my mouse died. I'm gonna charge this bitch in a couple of months. Give me a second here, y'all. Cause I wanted to get shout out to Miss Cocoa Butter. I'm gonna put a chat up. Give me a second. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I need to charge my damn mouse up. Shout out to Miss Cocoa Butter in the building. What's up, Miss Cocoa Butter? Shit, she look like my cousin that passed away. You damn sure you look just like my cousin. Everyone cannot handle having a badge. Some people start having superior complex, and the citizens pay for it. Yeah, of course they do. Shout out to Miss Cocoa Butter for that, and she right about it. But that's like I said, just because motherfuckers get degrees and go to school for shit doesn't mean that they are mentally qualified for the positions that they get. I'm just being dead honest. You know, like when people say they rookies. Like, people are rookies for a reason. And it doesn't mean that the shit get better for them a lot of the time. Some people just ain't qualified. Anyway, people, make sure you guys leave your comments, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.